Another cooking film for you. It's been a while, hasn't it? So tonight in this film I'm going to make for you spicy meatballs in tomato sauce on jasmine rice. So here are my key ingredients for the meatballs. So it's meatballs, I need meat, I'm using minced pork, and there I've got half a kilo of minced pork. I'm also going to be using 1 white onion, an entire garlic bulb, 1 egg, and then my herbs and spices are Italian mixed herbs, chili flakes, ground cumin, smoked paprika and coriander. Okay, so I've moved the camera above in order to film how I'm going to do this. I think it is a better angle, and then you don't have to look at my face. So I'm just opening the minced pork up, and this is from a farm shop. It's really good quality minced pork actually, from our local one, Craghouse Farm. And I'm just going to break this apart a little bit because it's been frozen, so I want it to just come apart a bit more fluffy. Fluff my meat. Sounds rude. No comments. Right, I'm going to pop this in the bowl, my fluffed meat. In fact, it can all just go into that bowl. You've got to get your hands dirty doing this, by the way, so if you're a squeamish, then don't make this. And I just want that to all sort of come apart a little bit. So I'm going to add my herbs and spices in first because I'd like a bit of marination to take place if possible. So this is the mixed herbs that's just gone in there. Now my chili flakes are a bit special. These were actually really hot chili peppers which I bought and I've dehydrated myself. And you can see these are really hot. So I'm just going to be a little bit careful in how many goes in because I don't want to blow my own head off or anybody else that's eating them. And yes, there are seeds there amongst them. That is enough, trust me. They are really hot. In terms of cumin, I'll probably put, say there's going to be half a teaspoon of cumin gone in there. Smoked paprika, equivalent to a teaspoon. And finally, coriander, about half a teaspoon. That'll do. So I'm just going to stir that around a little bit so the herbs and spices mix in with the meat, because I want it to take on the flavours. And also with the dehydrated chili pepper, I'd like that to sort of begin to rehydrate from the moisture which is in the meat. So that'll do for the time being, but I'm going to crack the egg into it. There we go. The egg's a good binder. Brings it all together. Just break that up, mix that in. So for my white onion, I want to try and chop it down into as smaller pieces as possible by topping and tailing it and then cutting it into small diced pieces. I'm going to go down the top and then I'm going to try and get as smaller pieces as I can. Okay, so I'm now going to get my onion and I'm going to put that in with the pork. And I'm just going to give that a stir in so that mixes in also. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Now I've got to do the garlic. So I'm going to use the entire garlic bulb, which is going to mean smashing it apart and peeling it. It takes a bit of time. I'll just show you the basics. And with the garlic bulb, turn it upside down so the knobbly bit's on top and bash it like that. You get all of the bits come apart. Now, sometimes you get lucky and the cloves will come out without all the skin on, but this skin is dry and it needs to come off because it will not dissolve in the food. I've got lots of peeling to do, unfortunately, so when I've done that, I'll come back to you. Right, that's done, and here are my garlic cloves. This is a Pampered Chef device. I call it a Whopper Chopper. I'm not really sure what it's called, but essentially I put the top on, twist it shut, and then I go like this. If I open this back up, what you will see is crushed or minced garlic. So I shall just get that off there. into there, and then everything that's in here will also go in, and this comes apart. I can just scrape it out like that. Lovely garlic smells now, really good. Same with this, get it all out. And then I'm just going to mix all this together. Okay, that's good. Right, I'm leaving this now for a good half an hour because I want all the flavours from the garlic, the onions, the herbs and spices to really penetrate into the meat. So I'm just putting a chopping board on top. That'll keep any contaminants out. I'll come back to you in half an hour and we'll pick the recipe up then. Catch you then. Right, half an hour's up and I've got to tell you, this smells absolutely fantastic. Now I do need to get my hands in here now and get them dirty to make the meatballs. So we'll have a change of angle. So I've got my meat here and I've got my pan here. What I want to do is put some oil in the pan. I'm just using a bit of olive oil. It's a pretty good non-stick pan, but every little helps, as it were. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get each meatball in size, in a similar size hopefully, like this. And then I'm going to plop it into the pan. So again, I probably hope to fill that pan up with individual meatballs. And I'm hoping that they're all going to taste the same and that the spices and the herbs have distributed properly. And those flavours. Anyway, once I've got all those in the pan, I'll come back to you. Right, I've got all of my meatballs in the pan, and they're nice and big ones. So these are going to cook gently and slowly because I don't want to nuke the outside and not cook the inside. I want to put them on the large ring just there. We get the gas on, and I'm going to turn that up ever so slightly. So there we go, it's not too fierce a flame, and that will get those going. So while these are cooking, I'm going to make my tomato sauce, and here are the key ingredients going into that. So they're beginning to sizzle nicely, and these are the key ingredients for my tomato sauce, starting with a tin of chopped tomatoes. I've got one red onion, one orange pepper, and I've got some sliced cherry tomatoes that were in the fridge, so I thought I'd just use them up. I want to put a squirt of peri peri sauce in, a squirt of golden syrup, a little bit of salt, and some more Italian mixed herbs. So it's going to be herby, and it's also going to have a little bit of spice and sweetness. So before I get going with that recipe, what I'm going to do now is put a lid on top of this pan. I'm going to do that so it traps the heat in there and doesn't just cook the bottom of the meatball, it starts to cook the top and the sides as well. Back to the tomato sauce. Right, so I'm going to take my red onion and I'm going to top and I'm going to tail it. This looks like a nice one, nice and firm. Get the outer layer off. It seems a shame to take too much of the skin off. I'm just going to try and get this outer scabby bit, which I normally keep this to make onion salt by dehydrating it, but I've got that much onion salt, I'm going to throw it today. So that skin will be composted on the garden, but what's left here, then I'm just going to cut this down into nice small diced pieces. And then my bits of onion are going to go into the red bowl. I'll also add this bit of tomato in, get that out of the way. And then I want to get my orange capsicum pepper, or bell pepper to you Americans. I think I get capsicum pepper from the Australians. We Brits tend to just call them peppers, which is a bit vague really because there's lots of different kinds. And then I'm going to go down the pepper like so. And then with each of these rounds, just cut it down. So I've got some slightly bigger chunks than I have the onion. Gives a little bit of different texture. That goes in there too. And then on top of that, I'm just going to give it a little shake of salt, a squirt of golden syrup, like so. A dash of mixed herbs. A squirt of piri piri sauce. Get that on top. And now I've got to get my tin tomatoes in. I always delabel my tins, by the way. I'm a bit obsessive about this now. I have a wood burner, so I use the paper. Any spare paper in this house is used in the helping of lighting it. But the tins all go in recycling, and it's better to separate the paper, and I also clean them. It's become a slight obsession. There we go, right. And yep, you guessed it, that goes on top too. That is pretty much my tomato sauce ingredients. I'm just going to give them a nice little mix around. Let's have another look in that pan. And look at all that lovely liquid, and look at the fact it's cooking the top. So at this point I'm going to turn my meatballs over, just using a tongue, a pair of tongs and a spoon. I'm loving the fact that all this juice is coming out, because none of this is getting wasted, incidentally. I know it's a bit naughty sometimes with it having quite a high fat content, but do you know what? Sod it. So that's the other side to the meatballs. I'm going to put the lid back on and leave them to it. I'll come back to you when I think the meatballs have cooked. See you then. Right, I think the meatballs are cooked enough. They're going to get cooked more anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one out and put it into this waiting metal tin. And I just want them to rest in there, because I've not done with this pan yet. Now you'll notice that there's oils and then there's some liquid and other bits and bobs from the meatballs just there, which are resting. I'm going to add a little bit of plain or strong white flour into the mix, just a bit like that. And I'm going to use that flour now to absorb that liquid. It's going to go a bit pasty. I'm just going to mix that around, and this will act as a lovely thickener, because now this is going to go on top, and I'm going to stir and mix that in so that that flour all dissolves and breaks down into this. So far this has pretty much been one pan, although I am going to be using another one very shortly. Okay, what I'm going to do, pop the lid back on, and I'm going to let that come to a simmer. So I'll come back to you then. Right, I think it's safe to say we've got some simmering going on. That is just lovely, exactly how I wanted it. So I'm going to give it a stir around. Yes. That's grand. So now I am going to add my meatballs back into my sauce. So there they are, they've shrunk a little bit with cooking so I can fit them all around the edge, and I'm simply going to pop the lid on, and I'm going to leave that now for 20 minutes. Time to sort out my rice. So there's my jasmine rice, and I've added about 1/4 of the packet into the bottom of this pan. And top the pan right up pretty much. And that goes on that back ring. Gas on, nice and moderate. Add a bit of salt. Give it a swizzle around. Okay. And I'm just going to leave that to do its thing. So I'm just playing the waiting game. I'm going to turn the meatballs off after 20 minutes, and then I'll just warm them through again right at the end once the rice has cooked. So I'll see you at the end when it comes to putting all this together. Okay, the rice seems done to me, so that's coming off. It's lovely sticky jasmine rice. Oh yes, that is absolutely spot on. It's time to put this together. So I'm going to add some rice into the bowl. I like rice on one side, and then I like meatballs and juice on the other. I think I'll have 3 meatballs. I don't think I can do 4 tonight. Ooh, actually, 3 might be pushing it even. They're quite big, but I want to go with it. And some juice. This is for 2 of us what I've made, and it will last more than 1 meal. Right. I'm going to show you what I've got here. That doesn't look too bad. But as ever, the proof is in the tasting. So, what's it like? Well, I'm going to mix a bit of rice and sauce together. That is wholesome. Oh, that is so nice. The zestiness comes through from the piri piri. And then you've got all the flavours from the vegetables, the tomatoes, the onion and the capsicum pepper. It's really nice, very good actually. And the golden syrup really brings the flavour out from the tomatoes. I'm happy with that. But I need to sample the headline act, and that's the meatball. So I'm just going to break a bit off with my fork. It's so hot. Oh, amazing. I mean, these are pure garlic and chilli meatballs. Or a very garlicky, curry flavoured meatball almost. The garlic is unbelievably massive. And the spice is gorgeous. Not too much, it's just right. That is so tasty. Oh yes. If I was a Churchill dog, I'd be going, oh yes. That's really good. Hope you've enjoyed the film. It's a really simple recipe to make. I'm definitely going to enjoy this. I'll catch you on the next film, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, tell me where you're from. Give me some recipe suggestions. I love cooking and I love eating. Right, catch you on the next film, whatever that may be. Ooh, I might be spitting while I'm talking. I don't care. Lovely.